It's nothing, guys. You're going down.
Huh? Oh, good. Now to finish off the research, you're gonna need to collect a sample of hematite to run through the thresher. Grab a laser cutter and head back to the chamber where you came in. Once you've got a sample, Thresher's the big machine in the next room. Passcode to start it is Ares 2330. Take care of all that, and we'll have Percival's name cleared in no time. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the thresher room if the spacers have been compromised. I'll be waiting at the circle.
My buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out.
It's still remarkable to me that we started on
Careful
another
near the
planet.
railing.
You've got the slate, reduced joint wear, increased lifting capacity, a dose of this stuff. This formula's got to be worth at least as. Okay, so and that you'll trade. Well, oh, and here, use that.
Hey, welcome to the... Yo, hey, I'm Manaki. Cool. Yo, stay good out there.
Was there something else? I'm never one to turn away an opportunity, but I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market.
Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, I'm not surprised no one.
And exactly what does this... But where's this hematite coming from? The active mines would be too expensive to retool. The deep mines could be an option.
Is that so?
Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool, and the sort of utility every mining firm in Sidonia would be clamoring to get. We could contract out all the actual lab work, bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials, the licensing, and think what it would do for our image with the general populace. This mine. And what do you want for the rights? Dr. Walker's dead? Well, it seems. And here, a finder's fee. Wouldn't want you feeling. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thought.
Yeah? Did you now? My end of the bar. He's holed up in the old red. Place was sealed up tight after the use. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there. Yeah. The past.
A reminder that Bring Your Child to Work Day is not an officially sanctioned holiday, and that it is not advised to allow children into potentially dangerous work sites.
Keep our children safe. Keep them out of harm's way. Thank you from the Civilian Department of Labor.
You must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping... Adrian sent you. A terramorph. She's fortunate to be alive at all. So what's this she had you bring all the way down here after... Terramorph attack, huh? Not exactly sure why you'd be... Wait. That's a joke, right? There's no settlement old enough on Tau Ceti. Either someone's setting up the worst petting... If she made you come all...
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right. It's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a sleep. Adrian really gave you this? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen. Can't just humor an old man. This sample. I presume you've heard. And for good reason. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off. Not a lot of samples made it off the world. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen. Which means, if we're... That's not gonna end. So, you lugged this... The circle, huh? Here, faster we take the lift to the surface.
Watch out for the robots. Those
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end.
Yeah, boss. What's up? You're the one that's been working on the right? Oh, yeah, that's me. I've been adding to the news, trying to spice up the
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. So, were you two able to...
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact...
Londinian.
Not thrilled to be the...
Well, right now, we've got...
Good place to start.
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archive? Doesn't that mean we be... And the Freestar Collective? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in. One, they wanted... And two, they want... With both of us. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. Percival and I, we were military science.
Place I was hiding out.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became a practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done. Oh, but it was... The project never got off. Under the watchful eye. But if we can convince... And hopefully... All right. I'm gonna go get this work.
Good luck.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. But listen... So... My relationship with the UC... They called him the program. Secure the leadership. He would have happily told you he was... The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed. Freestar Collect. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and... So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. My areas of expertise are pretty specific, but You know, while we've got a second, was there any... Or if you've got no telling how long the then I guess it's just a...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. Well, I'll be sure your commanding officer hears that you've done them satisfactorily. Now then, we have 2 petitioners here making access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed a request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 armed... Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have... Perhaps you could summarize... That is...
Madam President, while no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, they've been happening to demand we hand over... Seems at best...
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. I would also ask, how many deaths? Because if tragedies like...
Let's keep this sip. And while there should be no... Chief Yassine has a point. I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain.
Just taking her word for it as...
So then, Captain...
I can't help but agree with the captain. Attempting to open the archives, it seems like the right way.
It does, doesn't it? We were all...
You and I are in agreement. So, if there are no other... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a... while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
That's it! Now we're trying to help you!
The way those people were acting.
I don't know. We tried to restrict, but some of the other officers...
Pheromonic project. Some terramorphs, it affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control. You kill the morph, you break... Let's do it.
That's unlocked.
My God, no time to waste, Captain! Hands in the dirt!
Am I gonna be alright?
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
It's here!
You might back up! Don't just stand there! Good!
Don't let it go!
Experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. Hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup.
You two have any experience?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the...
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. We're not afraid. Roger that. We're on you. I hate false alarms.
Be okay. It's not real. Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real. You have to put down that form.
They're going to betray you. Every last one.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
Not too banged up, Captain? Seems that went about as well as it could have.
us they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could ride. Captain, we should report back to the President. Take care of yourselves.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all clear signal before.
How the hell do Terramorphs get into the city like that undetected?
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
We're counting on you, Captain.
Ah, there you are.
Don't let my people's sacrifice
I believe,
be in vain.
Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. Your concerns about...
Thank you, ma'am.
No, you two were in the... Now, today's events have only clarified our path. You will have our full support, but to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you... Excellent. But as you've both made clear, someone who knows precisely... The Cabinet wants... We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people, in exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship. So, I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, Deputy McIntyre in the you should be able to find. And on behalf of...
Loss of life. Damage to the space.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief
The costs
Engineer.
of this attack.
Chief Yassine, these orders. But you know who this is, correct? Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you our new envoy. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. And you're someone I've already heard plenty about. One of the few survivors of the SysDef debacle and defender of New Atlantis. Not sure if I should duck for cover around you or shake your hand, but you have my thanks for what you did for the city regardless. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the Cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power, and that means first getting you into the archives.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a UC.
Now, the UC is already on board, so get them both and...
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire...
And I do mean cooperate. Though that doesn't mean weak.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on... Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Balmore's. When the rest of... He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests. So there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval. Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that here. And fair warning.
Now, officially,
use your experience.
And who knows? But my... Well, if that's the case, you see intelligent.
But getting...
So.
Now, but there's also...
All right.
And take these.
Now, if you... I'd suggest you be smart out there.
Hey.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
You're allowed.
I'm sorry. Do you have an
room, lobby, or the ambassador's office? You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. You have my thanks for what you did. Now, she also mentioned that now the UC wants I can only presume you're here to tell me I'm... Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was... Let me be frank, Captain. I will not be the one... We'll oversee the research. Guess that takes the whole trust us component out of play, doesn't it? That does seem like... Fine. You'll... They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Yes, exactly. It's like
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. Tell me though, has the rest of the city's... Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to soon. Now, it cannot solely be... You were sent by the UC, and the broadcast spoke of terror more... A worrying occurrence, certain. So the UC... The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. But, if I am to for years, House Varun, with... in exchange for... the knowledge you... Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And... there. Let it be used for good. Will we all be so lucky?
Captain, can I help you?